gotten, this week. I've noticed a lot of reportings of a rise in demonic activity. Michelle, can you kind of give your thoughts on what you think it might be, or why there's so many reports of demonic haunting?
I don't know. I guess they have unfinished business or something. I don't know. But there was a case out of Eris that I brought something back home with me. It took us a couple of days to get rid of it. I mean, my husband suffered a lot because he has the ability to see, but he don't let on that he does. But, yeah, his nose bled for 2 days, but we finally got him out.
Wow.
It was something else, yeah.
I mean, and they do that, and it's so crazy that they try to attach to you. And, I'm taking the demonology, course that Bishop Long offers. And it's so awesome because not only did that $99 go to educate me on something that I think is very detrimental in knowing when you have a team, when you're the leader of a team, to know what to look for and be educated about it. But that $99 goes to help a homeless ministry, so many homeless people. So it's a win-win for everyone.
Yes, it is. I agree.
And you got to know what you're dealing with. But this rise in demonic reporting, I think a lot of it has to do, now this is just my opinion, but
people don't give a damn what they paid 50 years ago.
Well, the movies and the things on TV, everyone goes straight for demonic, and they don't understand that there can be entities and spirits that are just nasty, pissed off. Yeah, they're cranky in life. They may have they feel like their life was cut short, or they didn't get to finish something, and they're pissed about it, but that doesn't always make it demonic.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's a hard thing too. And I know, we didn't really go over this, but when you talk about not knowing they're dead, how do you guys approach that when you're in an EVP session? Do you ever just straight out ask them,
yeah,
do you know you're dead?
We try to be more respectful about it. I mean, we talk to them and let them know, do you know what year it is, and try to go be around the bush more or less, I guess you could say, just out of respect. I mean, if I didn't know I was dead, I don't know if I'd be too happy if somebody was telling me, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's another thing, when we've noticed that when we first started investigating, when you're first starting to investigate, you ask the same pretty much boring ass questions. And they probably get really sick of it, like, oh, God, here they are with what's your name, when'd you die, how old were you, well, who the hell killed you, same old shit, different day. I'm sure they get really bored with it. However, we noticed that when we're doing EVP sessions, and we're getting a lot of responses, whether it be via the equipment or actual EVPs or activity that way, when we ask that one question, it seems to stop everything in its tracks.
Yep.
Every time. And I'm like, I finally told the co-founder, I'm like, girl, we got to wait on that question till the very end, or we're going to get stumped right in the center of our investigation, because that is really freaking them out. The
same things happened to us before. Just pure curiosity got to us, and we just blurted out that question, do you know you're dead? And we didn't get nothing for like a solid hour. We all went outside and, kind of regrouped and got our feelings and emotions back in check, and then we walked back in. It took, probably about 2 hours before we got back any activity. But we thought we weren't going to get anything, but we said, well, heck, why walk away when we still have a few hours left here? Why walk away? At least try. And I guess finally we were just answering asking them the right questions, because we were getting them back. So,
and we also give them a chance to cross over.
Yeah.
I mean, if they want to cross, we try to help them.
Right, and that's the whole thing of it. That's it. You know who Steve Huff is. Yeah, you know who Steve Huff is, and him and Hope Paranormal have this new project that he's going to be on my show next week to talk about it. But this new project is so cool because it is helping. Normally we do all this to help people here on Earth. We do it to help the living to get answers. We do it to help the living be peaceful in their home. what they're going to do, what they're doing, and what Steve has always done is try to help the spirit with whatever they need. If you
don't help the spirit, you can't help the family, is the way we look at it. I mean, you have to, it's pretty much a package deal. I mean, the spirit's either attached to the family or the home 9/10 of the time anyway. So if you don't take care of the home, the spirit, and the family, then the situation's not going to be resolved.
Right. And you know, we have, like, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail, but I kind of wanted to get you guys' thoughts on this. But the case that we've had today, it's actually the person that is, the things are attached to this person. And this person has dealt with a lot of tragedy, a lot of loss of close friends, family, and things like that over her years. Now, she has abilities and doesn't know how to deal with them. So all of these entities are following her from house to house to house to house. So this is going to be kind of a layer type thing where we get one taken care of. It's going to take several probably tries because she's got a whole lifetime of this stuff going on. How would you guys approach, like, say, a person that has several entities? I mean, would you guys do what we're doing and maybe go 5 and 6 times to help them? I mean, however many times, of course.
I know there was one case we dealt with where we felt like there might have been an entity that was attached to the mother of the home.
Right.
And we actually called in a second group to help us because at that point it was just me and Michelle on the team, and it was just, we went and visited the home in the daytime, and the energy was just so bad that we were exhausted after a 30-minute visit.
Actually, the girl was mocking us. I mean, we thought she was laughing at us, but come to find out,
the teenage girl. But coming to find out, what was bringing everything back into the mother's life was the teenage girl was actually conjuring mess. And pretty much, in that case, we had to walk away. I mean, the mom didn't want to accept the fact that the daughter was bringing stuff back into the home. We had cleansed the home twice. They've already moved out of the home about 3 months ago. They're already having issues in their new home. I mean, sometimes you can't help somebody that don't want to be helped, I guess you can say.
We also got them in touch with a demonologist too, to try to help them. So hopefully they, helped. I don't know.
It was a really bad situation, honestly.
Well, yeah, and then the thing with the demonic cases that are being reported and things like that, talking with Bishop Long and going over his course and things like that, learning from him, he's very, very upset about a lot of people claiming that they're actual demonologists when really they're not. What they do is they cleanse homes. Demonologists, people that actually can perform exorcisms, are trained by the church. It's a seminary thing. It's something that you have to be trained for years over, and it's not something that you can just watch a freaking YouTube video over, or take a little certified piece of paper course and you're you can handle all these entities. This is something that it should not be played with, and it upsets him quite greatly, and I don't understand that, because a lot of people don't understand that this is definitely not a game.
You're right.
These spirits, some of them are very friendly, some of them are your grandma, some of them are your cousin, some of them your mom and dad, some of them not so much. And reading and learning about all the demons and all the things, it is so expansive. I had no clue. I mean, it's just like eye-opening to no end, and to know that, when you're brought up, as you're brought up, however you were brought up in your beliefs, and I don't know how that is, and we don't get into that here, but whatever your beliefs are, I never knew that Satanists really thought that Satan is actually like God.
Yeah.
And see, that is like, I went, what? Because I was always scared of Satan, because that I was raised in a predominantly Baptist type environment.
I was too.
And they scared the holy crap out of me about everything. And, you know, so I didn't want to know anything. I figured if I learned anything about Satan, that was going to make me vulnerable.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about all that, if you don't mind? I'll ask Michelle. How do you feel about it, Michelle? I'll see what she feels about it.
I'll let Kristen go first. Let me think on that for a minute.
All right, I'll do that. Throw it off.
My dad's side of the family is Catholic, and then my mom it was Southern Baptist. So I was raised by both, I guess you could say, because I know a lot about both religions. I mean, I say I'm a Christian. I don't say I'm one religion. I'm a Christian. I believe there's one God and there's one devil, and yeah, and I say my prayers. I probably pray more than I breathe, to be honest with you. But, I mean, I believe also I think the demonic stuff has a lot to do with your whole attitude on life in general. I mean, if you're a negative person and you're always around negative people and you're always around a negative environment, you're going to make yourself more vulnerable to have something ugly attached to you. I've always believed that. I don't know why, but that's how I feel. I feel like also if you don't believe in something, you know, there's stuff out there that will try to get you to believe in it if it can.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think nasty entities can be very persuasive. Yeah. And especially when you're vulnerable. Yeah. Yeah, they're very tricky little bastards. They like to pretend there's someone that you trust and love and miss.
Exactly.
To gain access. So, Michelle, have you thought on it?
Well, see, I was raised assembly.
Pentecostal, pretty much.
Yeah. My dad was always the preacher type. I mean, I understand the Holy Spirit and all this kind of stuff, and I don't know. I mean, since I've got in the paranormal, I've learned a little bit more that everything is real. It's real. I mean.
Oh, yeah. It is real. And, I mean, there was a guy that I had on my show, like, probably about 2 months ago named Philip Syracusa, and the dude is, he said he's been to heaven and hell. He has seen hell for his own two eyes, and there's levels of hell, which I don't doubt one bit, because you can't just have one level of hell and throw everybody into it. You know, not everybody's as bad as the other guy. But then again, hell is hell. You know what I mean?
Just like heaven is heaven is heaven.
And, you know, that's what I said. What exactly did heaven look like?
Anything. I mean, they can form anything.
Right. And I just wanted to know what it looked like. And he goes, it's so much peace and love and light and beauty that there's not even a word that you can actually put to it. But it's just pure love.
Yeah.
And hell was nothing but screams from thousands, if not millions of people in agony and pain and suffering, and that's all you hear is screaming. And I'm like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? It would just be horrible. But the thing that I like about actual paranormal is that people think that they do have a perception about us not being spiritual.
You're right. They do. They think, like, we've been called demon catchers, let's see, witches, conjurers, and the people that's called us that, we told them, why don't you go with us on investigation one night? You'll see. We open with prayer. We close with prayer. We have holy water. We do.
We try to protect ourselves.
Yes.
I mean.
And we have God with us. I mean, it's not about
and
trying
that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. They don't understand that we may be more spiritual than they have even a thought in their head about, because we have to go in here and protect ourselves as best we can.
Yep.
You know, whatever that means.
Stay positive.
Right. stay in your right positive mind and be with it. You can't be off. What do you guys use as far as, if you don't mind sharing with everybody? I mean, what is your